Alright, Kelly, you ready to go? Alright, it is Monday, August 8th, and it is 7:40 a.m., which is probably the earliest we've ever gotten up in the past 2 or 3 weeks. But, as today will probably become known as, it is Kelly's first day in high school. Wish her luck.
Oh my god. I didn't get any sleep.
Have a good day.
Okay.
Good luck. Make friends.
Yeah,
Don't be
right.
awkward.
Okay, bye.
Take care of yourself. I'm so proud of her. The first day of the beginning of every school year at Verrado High School is dedicated entirely to freshmen, which is fantastic because you don't have the upperclassmen and the sophomores picking on the newbies, and they can start the year on Tuesday with all the other students like they own the school, because now they know their way around campus and they know all the teachers, they know where to go, and it makes it less obvious who the freshmen are. Let's make today entirely about high school. Back when I was going to high school and I learned to drive, it became my responsibility to drive my siblings and I to school every day. It was easy for Brian because he was a year younger than me, which means by the time I was 16, he was 15 and he was already in high school. But Kelly was still in elementary school, and her elementary school, Copper Trails, was so far away from the high school that I actually had to get on the freeway to drive I actually had to get on the freeway to make it in time between both schools. And that was quite an ordeal every day. We were basically late to class every single day, and it was highly dependent on traffic, and I don't know, it was quite a busy time in my life, but here's that freeway. Yep, quite a journey to get between schools. Admittedly, there are high schools that are closer to Kelly's elementary school and even my house, or my parents' house, and that is Desert Edge High School, a perfectly good high school. I have a couple friends who graduated from there. But Verrado High School was a brand new high school. There were new resources, new classes. They were really pushing boundaries there, and it's a really different kind of high school. The classrooms are all open. By open, I mean there's a singular hallway with rooms branching out to the sides, you know, like a normal high school, except that the door that you would normally enter through to get into your classroom, there is no door. There's no wall even. It's just you walk into it, which means that if you felt like you could just look behind you when you're sitting in the classroom, and then you would basically peer into an entirely other classroom, which created a really open dynamic for interacting with your environment. It was basically, imagine an open concept kitchen. I don't really remember much of what happened my freshman and sophomore year. It was mostly me finding my place, trying to fit in. Is this kid gonna cross? Nope. It was mostly me trying to find my place, finding where I fit in. And it wasn't, and I actually found that place. I was fortunate enough to find that place in freshman year, that very first semester, which led me to this world of filmmaking that I currently love and do every day thanks to this vlog now. When I was registering for classes, I registered for journalism because coming out of 8th grade, I had begun to really enjoy writing. I also really enjoyed the news because back at home, like, all my parents would watch was CNN. It's still all they watch on TV. And even when I'm at home, I just leave CNN on. Now, I'm older and I know that they just blather the same information over and over again and dramatize everything. But I still liked to know what was going on around the world, and I wanted to begin doing that. Or I wanted to explore that. Instead of putting me in journalism, they put me in broadcast technology. This technology was basically just broadcast journalism was basically just broadcast journalism. Until the end of freshman year or the beginning of sophomore year, when I started up the film club, which used the broadcast journalism's resources to make short films. And following that, we didn't get enough club members, but the idea of the film club was integrated into the class, which resulted in the broadcast technology class branching two ways. One was to continue down the broadcast journalistic path. The other was to go and create short videos, and it was really experimental, to create short films every single day or every week. And due to the nature of the class being a news type of thing, it gave us a place to show our content every single day, because the broadcast technology class had the special privilege of taking the first 15 to 20 minutes out of every second or third period to display the content that they've made every single day. And then on Fridays, we'd have a full 30 minutes dedicated to our show. And these were the cameras that we used. They were just old DV camcorders that used tape, and geez, were these things dinosaurs. But we made it work. This was awarded to me my senior year for Best Editor, and then also that same year for the Best Show Intro. The year after that, Brian got awarded the same DV camcorder for Best Commercial. I don't know if this ceremony continues in Verrado to this day, but it started with my year. It started my senior year. So after the integration of film into broadcast technology, the following year we went to STN. We went to STN every year. STN, for those of you who don't know, is Student Television Network. It's an annual competition that is held in the United States at a different place every year. The year that I won was in Los Angeles, California. The year after that, my senior year, we didn't win anything, but it was in Orlando, Florida. My brother went to the competition in San Diego. He went to a San Diego competition, won there, and it's a great event. You get students from film programs all over, from Hawaii to Alaska, every corner of America, everywhere that has a film program attends. It's a really great thing. But we'd never come back with any victories or any achievements, notable achievements. That year that we went, 2013, my junior year, we achieved our first place victory, the first time we ever placed in any of the competitions for a short story. And then this was that team. This is Ben Mueller, Trey Marl, myself, Chance Roberts, Alejandra Castro, and Jesus Favela. Unfortunately, I don't talk to most of them anymore, but Alejandra and Jesus go to college with me at Santa Fe. And I'm happy to say that we still produce films there together. And that wasn't the only victory. The following semester, in the fall, we produced another second place victory, or was it third? I'm pretty sure it was third. But needless to say, we kept producing victories. The year after that, my brother Brian and his team would produce another first place victory for a sitcom comedy at STM. So the Loys have quite the history with Verrado High School's film program. My high school diploma with my high school, and graduating tassel, class of 2014, and my little participation medal for graduating, I guess. Yeah, that was most of my memorable high school life in a brief couple of minutes. It's really exciting to see Kelly go to high school now because we have such an age difference, she's 6 years younger than me, that she gets to start her own chapter. In my footsteps while they're still in that high school, my name has been immortalized in a couple of ways. She kind of gets to create her own path. Whereas Brian, my little brother, I feel like he'd always been following in my footsteps right until he graduated and went his own way. Kelly, on the other hand, she doesn't have any of the same teachers as I do. She doesn't have any of the same aspirations as I do. So she gets to forge her own way and it becomes her own chapter. She gets to do her own thing, be herself, make her own way.
I don't think I have any classes with her.
Oh, well, she's also a freshman, I guess. How was your first day?
It's tiring. I'm tired. I have a headache.
Where did the bus drop you off?
Just right here.
Oh, on this corner?
Yeah.
Okay, do you want Taco Bell?
Sure.